our exercise physiologist, Mark Goswell. So you'll be right here Christmas week. So you've drawn the short straw.
No, I love coming in here, so I'll be here for sure, and I'll wear a Christmas hat.
You do that. It'll keep your head warm.
Keep your head warm, yes.
From the hair not being there. Mate, today we're kind of talking about joints, but also the muscles around the joints. You say that what's around them is equally, if not more important than the joint itself. Please explain.
No, 100% more important than the actual joint itself. And the reason I want to talk about this today is I've had a run of people coming in saying, "Oh, I need a knee replacement, I need a hip replacement, I need something replaced because of osteoarthritis, wear and tear." And they come in and
the warranties run out.
Warranties run out on the knees. And like use a knee, for example, and they'll come in and they'll say, I need this done, but they've done literally nothing to improve their function and their health. And a lot of it has happened because, the older population that we see or that I see with COVID, their activity levels dropped down significantly, their mobility dropped significantly, their joints started to hurt. And a lot of it came down from just developing weaknesses or inhibition around the actual joints. And as I was explaining to one of my clients today, a couple of days ago, I use the analogy of a door. Now, the door's got a hinge. The hinge is similar to the knee joint. The door never opens on its own. We actually have to apply a force to that door to create movement within it. So the knee is no different. It's only as strong as the muscles that actually support and stabilise around it. So if we can strengthen the muscles, there's a high likelihood that we can prevent the timeline in terms of getting a knee replacement.
Okay, that's a pretty good analogy. I think we can all get on board with that. I want to go back to the movement side of things, Mark, because you obviously drew on 2020 and a lot of us were moving less, right? Spending more time at home, all of that. Yep. In a general sense, for someone that might be healthy, ticking the boxes, how great a time period should we pass with virtually going from being normal to having no movement before we'd actually start to see a decline or things start to hurt?
Yeah, fun. Oh, this is really cool. So from a cellular level, so if we have 2 days of inactivity, the cells within our muscles start to break down and start to deteriorate. So say you had a cold a couple of months ago, laying down on your back, 2 to 3 days they're starting to decline. By 2 weeks of inactivity, we're actually starting to see functional losses within our strength. So that's what happens with a lot of my older clients is they might get the flu or they might have an ailment or they might be laid up for a couple of weeks. Their level of decline actually occurs a little bit quicker than if someone's in their 70s compared to someone in their 30s. But it literally only takes 2 weeks of inactivity to start to lose function.
So within 2 days, you can actually, the tap knows it's being turned off and in a couple of weeks you're buggered.
Yeah, and so if you throw in COVID, which was 3 to 4 months of people just basically staying at home, reading books, watching movies, particularly the older generation who were just more in that high risk factor. So within 3 months of that, the amount of people that are getting sore knees, hips, backs, shoulders, we're seeing a stream of them coming through the studio now because it's purely they've lost that conditioning, and it's a rapid decline once you actually start to lose it.
How long does it take to arrest it and get it back up? And I mean, I guess it's not just the 2 weeks.
But like it literally takes probably same amount of time to start increase that function. So as quickly as you lose it, you can gain it back. If you've had a history of being active, you actually gain it back a little bit quicker. If you've had a history of being inactive, it takes a little bit longer to fire things up. But to throw out another big word, it's like neuromuscular adaptation takes about 6 weeks to relearn a new function so that the muscles work properly. So.
Okay, so I guess the good news is all is not lost if you've been inactive for a little while. Kind of work back to when you stop being active, and that's generally speaking your timeline back.
Yeah, and look, if you've been told that you need joint replacements in any way, shape or form, like if you're going down that path, you need to 100% get as strong as you possibly can prior to the surgery. Otherwise, again, if you just go and replace that hinge but don't replace everything, don't strengthen everything around it, you're still going to have complications.
All right, a couple of things for us all to keep in mind there. As always, our exercise physiologist, thank you for coming in, Mark Goswell. Appreciate it.
Mate, always a pleasure. I'll be in the next 2 weeks.
2NURFM 103.7.
2NURFM, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.